So tell me about your living trust business. What is that?
So Living Trust is, basically, I've been working with a group. They were called Legacy Legal before when I was in California. They've now changed their name, rebranded to the Estate Gurus. And there's over Estate Gurus. And we can do trusts in all 49 out of the 50 states. We can't do Louisiana because of Napoleon law instead of British law.
Okay.
The rest of the 49 states are all British law.
Yeah.
And so we just make sure folks don't go to probate. That is the number one thing. And I got story after story after story.
Oh, yeah. Well, we buy a lot of in fact, literally, we're dealing with a situation right now. And this is not a house that we're buying from probate. We're buying the house, but the lender, it was a private lender who lent money against this house, passed away. And now we're doing probate through the loan, not through the actual house. It's literally happening today.
Oh my gosh.
This morning as I'm coming on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Just the way their laws are written.
It's so easy to do a trust.
Oh, it's so easy to do a trust. And everybody needs one.
It takes the headache out of everything for people.
7 out of 10 people who own a home in America do not have a trust or a will. A will just automatically goes to probate, and there's a whole bunch of reasons that wills aren't the best way to go.
Particularly in Colorado.
But the trust is such an easy process to do. And so I compete with like Hughes Law Firm. They did like 80,000, trusts since 1979, but we're half the price and do pretty much the same thing in the work.
That's great.
Go sit down with people. So, yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, let's get into it. How much money are you making on a monthly basis? What's your income on a monthly basis?
Probably a little over 20 to 25,000 a month is what comes in. Now, what I keep varies every single month. And that's my biggest issue is figuring out, I think, so like on our tax return of last year is a little over 350.
Okay.
But then when, our net income after taxes is like 105 or something like that. So that is, so that puts you down.
Is this 20 to 25 coming to you personally, or is this what's coming into the business and then you're paying out expenses?
Coming into the business and then paying out expenses. Because I haven't figured out, and I need to figure out how to do personal income. And do I do an S corp? Because I have these little businesses that are not, big businesses. And I'm like, okay, so how do I?
So are these being ran through an LLC?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just run the expenses through the LLC then?
Because I do. We do. Yeah, we run it through the LLC. But then it's always figuring out, because I've learned, I guess, from people telling me that unless you have an S corp, you shouldn't pay yourself. And then you just run expenses and everything through it. But then I got to have personal income, right? I mean, I have to have income that.
Well, I mean, you know Warren Buffett.
Yeah, there's.
Do you know his salary is
like 100,000 a year, something like that?
That's right.
Yeah,
he makes billions of dollars a year, right?
Yeah.
And so you're like, yes, you can but you get to set your own salary, and it helps you avoid those payroll taxes. Yeah. So then let me make sure I understand. So when someone pays the trust, they're paying the trust, right? And then out of that, those agents that you've got, you're paying the agents. Mm-hmm. And then you've got you got some overhead.
I pay the attorneys for the actual trust.
Okay.
And then, a little bit of office expenses. We do make sure the deeds are all funded. So the trusts are all funded. So we got to pay the county and that kind of stuff.
But then you're pushing everything else to your personal, and then you're deducting it off of your actual income, your tax return.
Yes, I believe that's how we're doing it.
Oh, okay. We got to get you straightened out a little bit.
Thank you.
Just a little bit.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes,
we got to get you straightened out just a little bit on that.
And I read all these things on how to structure it. And then I listen to like 15 people how to structure it. And then you go, okay, I don't know how to.
It's actually really simple.
Okay.
It's actually really simple. In fact, the reason, so I'll explain it to you just right now, but I still have a lot more questions. Actually, I'll do it later because I want to get into some things. So do you have an idea about what monthly, what your monthly personal expenses are?
Just personal. They're probably like 8.
Because you're kind of got business and personal going through all this stuff, right?
Yeah. We like our house, right? Our whole embroidery business is our basement.
Okay.
So then when you think of our house, so half of our house is business and the other half of our house is living.
Okay.
As we try to put stuff through, as I go do appointments and stuff, like how much of my
But you're officing out of the house, right?
Both of us are officing out of the house. So,
yeah.
And my wife was working she was doing some marketing thing for a company. So she was on a W-2 till about 2 years ago and then got laid off. So now she's full-time embroidery.
Yep.
And then I do get a W-2 from the mortgages, but that's the only place I get a W-2 is when I fund a mortgage.
And that's that mortgage, the reverse mortgage company. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that one is W-2.
That one is W-2 because I believe you have to have it's so Well, I'm not going to say that on the show.
I don't know. I mean, you can say that you can say that the tax laws are dumb. I will agree with you on that.
Well, it's just because of, after 2008, the whole mortgage industry changed and had all these rules and Dodd-Frank and all that stuff. Yeah. As you know, you're in real estate, so you're as aware of it. So now the way that loan officers get paid is all,
which frankly, after The Big Short situation, it makes a little bit of sense.
It has more control over it, but it's hard as a loan officer going, okay, so as our companies are trying to figure out, so let's say I do a loan and I make $14,000 on a loan, now they want to pay me as if I'm making $14,000 every week. On my W-2 for tax purposes. You just go, this doesn't make any sense, because I might not do another one for another month, right? I'm not making.
So you brought in $350,000, but you deducted a bunch of stuff. You left it with like 150 at the end?
105.
105 at the end.
Yeah.
And then, but like what's being considered as business expenses are getting accounted for on the actual tax return.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then for you don't know. You haven't separated your business,
not very well, no,
from personal business budget from personal budget.
Yeah, no, I tried to take a QuickBooks class. That was
QuickBooks
dumb
for a dyslexic person.
Yeah, no, that was. I watched the man talk for like 45 minutes, and as he was just explaining everything I had no clue of. So my wife tries to do it, and she does a pretty good job of it. But a bookkeeper, I am not. An accountant, I am not.
Yeah.
And so, I need to, we're at that place now where we're saying, oh, we got to actually hire somebody to do the books for us, because we're just lost.
And you do, and they're cheap. And you can find, because they don't need to be full-time employees for you.
Yeah.
They're going to be, part-time. And there's services out there. So we'll get into that. So then let's get into some monthly expenses. How much is your mortgage?
$3,000.
$3,000 a month?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about utilities?
We got solar panels and that kind of stuff. So we're probably...
Do you owe on the solar panels?
Yeah. So one's a lease, and then they put another set on, because the people who, before we moved into the house, I don't think they ever went to their house because they had like one panel. Like, why do you have one panel on the roof? That's so stupid.
So we had to I'll tell you why.
So we added a whole bunch of more because we're home all day and we're running businesses out of it. And so it was like we were paying $400 a month in addition to the solar panel.
But do you know why they put one panel?
Why they put one?
They got a tax credit.
That's the whole thing. They got.
It was a tax.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do about the efficiency. They just played the role.
Why work?
They just played the game and got. That's right.
Yeah. So we got a tax. So we owe, I think, $50,000 on our panels.
Well, let's get into debt right now.
Yeah. So okay, if you want to, we can do that.
So you got solar.
I'm definitely overextended on debt.
So solar, you got $50,000 in debt.
We have a second that's another $50,000 on our home.
Okay.
And then we probably have
on your first.
Yeah. So the first is 400,000.
Okay.
Right. 400.
So on just the house, you owe with all this, with the second and the solar, about $500,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's worth, I think last we checked, was like $670. It's what it's worth.
Okay. So you got some equity.
Yeah, some equity.
So you could sell if you had to, but you wouldn't want to. Got it.
Yeah. Where am I going to live?
What other debt do you have?
We have probably $80,000 in credit card debt.
$80,000 in credit card debt. Which, by the way, okay, we'll keep going. I'll get to in a second.
Okay.
Student loans.
I don't have any student loans.
No,
anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Well, my undergrad was paid for because I was an athlete, and then it was crazy. I had when I got my master's, I think I borrowed $52,000 and then just kept going back to school, whatever. So it ended up being like $400,000. And then it just got, like 3 or 4 years ago, I was teaching, it just got erased, which was like the coolest thing.
Well, that wasn't the Biden thing. That was just the, hey.
It was right before Biden. Yeah.
It was just the whole, if you're a teacher, student, and you've taught for such a long period of time, it gets wiped out.
Yep.
That's insane. How much did you get wiped out?
400,000.
400,000 in student loan debt forgiveness?
Yes, but how does 70,000 equal 400,000 if I'm not borrowing any more money? To me, it was like, this was insane. So, yes, super excited that 400,000.
Good for you. I mean, good for you.
Yeah, I'm excited that it happened, but at the same time, I'm going, what the heck? How fast compound interest actually compounds against you.
Yes.
People, we all talk, the rule's 72. Yeah, but right. But
I'll keep doing it. I'll keep doing a deferment. I'll keep doing a forbearance. And all of a sudden, $400,000 and then boom.
Yeah.
Gone.
I was like, I'm going to die.
That's great.
Nobody's going to pay it because there's no way I'm going to pay out $400,000. I'm 60 years old. How am I going to pay out $400,000?
Yeah, that's great.
So that was awesome.
Car loans.
Car loans. Yes, we have probably $80,000 in car loans.
$80,000 in car loans. Okay.
Don't cry yet.
Personal loans.
Personal loans. I don't think maybe 50. Yeah, I don't think I have any personal loans. It's all either credit card.
What other debt do you have then? So you got the house.
We got a fifth wheel that's $25,000.
Fifth wheel. So no personal loans. So you've got $500,000 for the house, $80,000 for credit card, $80,000 in the car, and $29,000 on a fifth wheel.
Yeah, and then we have
$25,000.
My wife has business debt, machines. She probably owes another $70,000 in machines.
$70,000 in those machines. Holy moly!
Yeah, because each machine's $15,000. She's got 3 of those. Plus, she's got a big DTF printer, and then she's got sewing machines, and they're leases. They're this weird kind of leases where at the end of the lease you just own it. Like you owe $15 at the end of the lease and it's your machine. So she's got about another year on those.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So then let's figure out how much you're paying per month to service this debt. Those are just the balances. Because I'm a month-to-month kind of guy.
Okay.
Not an income, but I care about the monthly because it's something we can see and touch. Let's talk how much you're spending in the solar. How much you pay per month?
I think the solar's at 380, something like that. Yeah.
The second's
400.
400. And the first, you said 3,000?
3,000.
So your house costs you $3,800 in debt. Is that right?
Yeah.
$3,800 a month. Okay. Credit cards, how much you paying?
Like our total month is about $12,000 a month is what's going out every single month to pay for all this stuff.
On the debt side, $12,000 on the debt side?
I think it's the debt side. Well, that's what we know we have to pay in order to live every single month. It's
okay. Because I'd like to break it down a little bit.
Okay, a little more. Yeah. So the credit cards altogether are probably
how many credit cards do you have?
We have like 5.
5 credit cards.
Yes, sir.
Okay. $80,000 in debt. What does that cost you per month to just a service?
It's got to be $2,000.
You got 2 cars? 2 cars?
2 cars, $1,200.
$1,200.
And then the camper is $400.
$400 for that? You guys might want to move into that camper.
I know. We just went this last week. It was so
You just did what?
We just went, I got back yesterday from going out to St. Vrain. And
oh, nice.
We're like, we're going to get rid of this. And then when you go camping, you go, we don't want to get rid of this.
Yeah.
But then we may have to get rid of this.
The machine.
The machine she spends for all 3 machines right at $1,000 a month, maybe $1,200.
Well, we'll call it $1,200 just
put $1,200 to be.
So we got 38. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 8,600.
Yeah. So then there's got to be another. Yeah, because like I said, we're at 12. Well, we got food, and then
so you're including
food, utilities.
That's
everything.
just debt, brother.
That's just debt. Yeah.
8,600 in debt. How do you feel about that?
It sucks because when we moved into our house, it was like there's none, and then all of a sudden it just keeps growing, and then when she lost her, and then we said, okay, we need to invest in your business getting going. So it's like, but then I'm 60 years old, right? She's 55, and going, okay, so what's going to happen in 10 years?
Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button right now. You don't want to miss the next episode. Every week, we drop practical money strategies and real stories that'll change the way you think about wealth.